Draft Chaff. Coming up this week, we have opened, I think this is like the second or third best card in the set. Wait a minute, who took the first two and didn't get the third one?
They already got three, so they're like, all right, we're good.
Oh,
Ben's favorite card.
Oh, I haven't gotten to draft this card
I don't
yet,
think we
dude.
can take.
I need to.
All right. I don't think this is a good pick.
What's up, aficionados? Welcome back to Draft Chaff. This is episode 218. I'm Ben. Joining you on the line is joining you, joining me, joining us on the line is Tyler.
How's it going, dude?
It's gone pretty well. We actually just had a really good conversation about some of the early data. Who are you, Sirkovitz? Like, what's going on here?
I was going to say, yeah, I was replaced.
Ooh, just for a week. Look, you were doing some kind of baby thing.
I was going to say that might be the new norm. We'll see what happens. We're like 4 weeks out from the baby, so
excited for you.
Little Benjalina.
Benjalina. Oh man. Anywho, folks, we've got a live draft for you today. Before we jump into that, probably should do some intro reminders. If you're not in Discord, hop in there. Great place to be to chat all things Duskmourn Limited. We've been having fun in there so far. I've been posting some trophy decks. Had 2 back-to-back black-green trophy decks that I was really happy with. Not gonna lie, it feels pretty good to go 6-0 in matches. I lost some games in there. It wasn't perfect, but had a good time doing those. Toss your trophies in there. Toss any bounties that you achieve in there. We're looking forward to seeing some people claim some of those. Some of the harder ones have not been claimed yet. Maybe surviving the 20 damage from Cursed Screen was
a little tough.
That might be a little
I'm shocked, though. We've seen a couple of the staircase ones. I was actually able to pull it off during the pre-release, and I think somebody reported one on the bounty. So it's one of those cards, if you get it, I think it's pretty easy to pull off.
I pulled it off, too. Yeah, definitely doable. If you're not in Discord already, please do hop in. Fun times over there. Patrons, thank you. Y'all are the best. You keep the show running smoothly. You help support the bounties and also all the other good editing and stickers and such that we like to do. Keep an eye out for the Draft Chaff Hero as for what we'll have for that, and maybe get some custom stickers on the way for Duskmourn. You can support the show for as little as $0.25 an episode, which is that's not too much, right?
No. I mean, we have YouTube content out too, so it's actually less if you include that.
That's true. Our YouTube content has been rolling. We were going to get some live drafts. I think we might just fire one after we do this. We're both pretty stoked to draft. I know personally I haven't had too much time in the past week to draft Duskmourn. It's only been out like a week anyway. And you're probably in, the same boat.
Yeah, no, I haven't touched it too much. I'm hoping to get some trophies today in these live drafts we're going to do.
Yeah. I noticed your tagline today is manifesting dread. That's not a reference to your upcoming birth of your child.
No, that's just an everyday occurrence.
Fair enough. That's life in 21st century America, yes. Right? Let's jump into our live draft. We're going to skip our crack a draft thing for today because, I mean, isn't a live draft just the same thing?
This is the ultimate crack of draft. Crack a pack, yeah.
I'd like to fire a best of 3 here. Now, this is actually pretty good practice because there's an arena open coming up this weekend. So this is going to be great practice for when you inevitably day 2 and then need to practice firing a draft, right?
I'm just still reeling from the ban announcements from Commander. I can't look at Magic News right now.
But dude, they took over, right? I don't entirely know.
Did. Like I didn't read the full article, but yeah, it looks like WotC took over the rules committee. I don't blame them with all the hate the rules committee was getting, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah. We'll see what Wizard of the Coast wants to do, or Hasbro at this point with the format.
It's kind of funny to think that that we as a community have to say, please don't send death threats to members of the community. Like, come on.
Yeah, no. I mean, death threats are never acceptable. I was upset, but I don't know. People are crazy in this community. Yeah, I guess that can be said about most communities, but it's a card game. This is in its true form. This is a children's card game. As much as we like to play it, and we there's an older audience for it. It is what it is.
Yeah, I do sometimes wonder what the anonymousness, the anonymity of the internet does to our interactions online. Yeah. These sorts of just vehement, angry comments and death threats about, like you said, pieces of cardboard that my high school freshmen really enjoy.
Yeah.
It's get real. If you're not having fun playing this game, just go do something else. Don't get mad about it. If you sunk $1,000 into an investment portfolio of mana crypts, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, this shouldn't be an investment hobby. This is a game to play. Like Pokemon is the thing you want to open and collect, I guess, but Magic is a game to be played. And this is coming from somebody who bought a Borderless Dockside and Mana Crypt like a month ago.
Glad you got a good attitude about it.
Yeah, it's just part of the game.
Plus, what if they unban it, right? Like, they might.
I don't think they're gonna unban it. It'd be wild to unban it at this point.
Oof. All right, well, good news, folks. We've got our pack one, pick one here, and we have opened, I think this is like the second or third best card in the set, the Swarm Weaver. This is 2 black-green for a 2/3. It's a legend, it's a scarecrow, and it says when it enters, create 2 1/1 black and green insect creature tokens with flying, and it has Delirium. As long as you have Delirium, insects and spiders you control get 1/1 and have Death Touch. This card is a banger.
Oh, so good, man. Yeah, 3 bodies for 4 mana. 2 flyers. You just got 2 trophies, right? You said with the black green decks too. So I feel like this is pretty on point.
The one of them I did actually start with a pack one, pick one Swarm Weaver, and I sort of just forced it. And things we could be looking to wheel here: Say Its Name. If we could get the Say Its Name Ultimac package, I would be stoked.
Some other good cards in here too. I like the Fear we have here. Actually, this is one of my favorite cards in the set so far. Seems
Fear
pretty,
of Isolation.
Yeah, Fear of Isolation. This is the 2 CMC 2/3 flyer that bounces a permanent you control to cast it. I don't know. There's some great loops you can do with this card.
Yeah, really good with rooms.
Oh man, what a pack 2.
Oh man, I mean, maybe we're just gonna get fed this draft. So I see a couple good options. Not gonna bury the lead too much here, but there is a Valgavoth's Faithful, the 1 mana 1/1 that can reanimate something. This one's interesting. It can trade off in the early game if you're playing against like red white or something that has like a 2/1 or a 1/1 that could activate like the goat. I don't know. I am burying the lead here. We should talk about Drag to the Roots. This is 2 black green. Destroy target non-land permanent at instant speed. And if you have Delirium, it costs 2 less. You just get like an Assassin's Trophy.
Yeah, so good. Delirium is pretty easy to get online pretty fast in this format. A lot of enchantment creatures, a lot of artifact creatures.
Yeah, we'll be looking for like the Osseous Stick Twister and the Wicker Folk, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Be cool to wheel the Faithful. I do like playing black green as a reanimator deck rather than like a Delirium value deck, like more like red green tries to play. I really like the black ability.
Oh man, okay.
all right.
You were just talking about this card.
We were, and note there is a second Say Its Name. So if the first one gets back to us, we're kind of in. If it doesn't, then I wouldn't expect to see this one. No. But really only one deck does want these. So hopefully we can wheel them. Live or Die is in this pack. This is 3 black. It's an instant. Return target creature card from your graveyard to your battlefield, or it destroys target creature. I was actually just telling Tyler I had a draft with 3 copies of these and an Altanac, and I was just dumping my library in my graveyard. I had the Patchwork Beastie, and every turn I'm like, mill. I just want to see that Altanac because I knew I'd eventually find a way to bring it back at instant speed.
Yeah, it's pretty gross.
Yeah. Other cards that we see here, we should be looking out for signals. And this certainly is one, but there's also a Scrabbling Skull Crab. That's the blue Eerie payoff, along with a Grand Entryway, which does have 3 Eerie triggers, right?
3 retriggers, yeah. I mean, on the Grand Entryway, it's 2 automatically, which is pretty amazing in the Eerie decks.
Oh, a black rare, Grievous Wound.
Not too exciting.
It's interesting. 5 mana for, I don't know why it's not a curse, but Enchanted player can't gain life. When Enchanted player is dealt damage, they lose half their life rounded up. The thing is, if we're smacking them with Altanacs, they're already losing half their life. So.
I'm mad that you pointed out it's not a curse. Now I'm pretty upset about this card. I would never touch it.
Yeah, it doesn't work with the stuff that is rewarded by curses.
Yeah.
There's a Vile Mutilator, the 7 mana 6/5. This is a good one to reanimate because if you cast it from your hand as an additional cost, you have to sack a creature or enchantment. And then when it enters, each opponent sacrifices a non-token enchantment and a non-token creature. Yeah. There's a Given of Violence. I always think that this is the Winter's Intervention, the 2 mana deal 2, gain 2. I like having a couple copies of that in Reanimator just because it helps you stave off the early red-white aggro. There's a Spectral Snatcher here, the 6/5 Ward Swamp Cycling. I like having the Cyclers, but I think we just take the Mutilator here, right?
Yeah. There's a Grappling too, that enchantment creature, the 4/2. I like just because it's an enchantment creature. It gives us an option to turn on Delirium a little quicker.
So here we have a couple good options. There's Defiled Crypt Cadaver Lab. That's the enchantment room. It has both It's rough reading both halves of these cards, but I'm trying to get to as many cards in the pack. Oh man, okay, so Cadaver Lab. Whenever you unlock this door, you regrowth something. Return a creature from your graveyard to hand. And Defiled Crypt says whenever a creature leaves your graveyard, you get a 2/2, and it triggers once each turn. I like it in black-green, but I feel like we could wheel it. I'm actually kind of looking at this Wary Watchdog right now.
Definitely, we got to start worrying about our early game here. Great early game card, trades with a lot, and surveils twice on ETB and death, so it's perfect for this deck.
Is this the third leyline we've seen going around?
This is the second that I've noticed because we had the blue leyline the last deck or the last pack.
Yeah. Final Vengeance. I don't mind if you can pick up enough of the rats, but I don't think we're gonna need the rats. We got another Wary Watchdog in this pack. There is a Thornspire Verge, which it's kind of interesting. This is a decently high pick if you're exactly in red green, and if it wheeled, maybe we take it in case we can splash a cool like red green delirium thing like Beastie Beatdown. There's also a Dashing Bloodsucker, but here's where Vector Theory really becomes important, right? This is a good black uncommon in the Eerie deck. We have no enchantments right now.
No enchantments. Fear of Lost Teeth, though, too, is an enchantment creature. Cheap. I think we take the dog here, but again, I'm trying to worry about our Delirium. You know, we have 2 Delirium cards right now, so just something to be wary of.
Yeah, we're Wary Watchdog of.
Yes.
Yeah, we're pretty stoked to trade off the Wary Watchdog at the earliest possible convenience, and we'd play basically as many of them as we can get.
Okay, so here's another ley line, though. Just like I feel like we have to keep track of all of this.
Man, rough opens.
Yeah.
So what does Greenhouse Rickety Gazebo do?
It's better for like if you're going. I mean, it does mill.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, return 2 permanents. I haven't played this card yet. We could try it out, but there's a Given of Violence, the lifelink thing, this Belmark Leech, another Eerie. Razor Trap Gorge. I don't really like any of this stuff.
Either do I. I'm between either the enchantment here or the instant, if just to get another Delirium card.
I think I would go Greenhouse Gazebo. I'm kind of curious. I haven't tried this yet. Maybe Greenhouse.
Rickety Gazebo is potentially 4 mana draw 2, right? So and keep 2 things in graveyard. That seems pretty solid.
Now, this is interesting. Final Vengeance and Innocuous Rat, these are actually really good together. Innocuous Rat, when it dies, you manifest Dread, and Final Vengeance is you have to sack something to exile something. I really like exile-based removal, and we have a couple Wary Watchdogs.
Yeah.
What do you think about picking this up?
I think it's a pretty solid pick. We also do have the appendage right here, which is the 3/2 in this pack here. I can never remember
the Amalgam.
Amalgam, which is the 3 mana 3/2 flash, but it's also an enchantment creature that surveils on attack, which works pretty well with the deck.
Pick one up eventually.
No, I agree. I like the removal here.
We're seeing some black cards still. There's Resurrected Cultist. I think that's probably the pick here. There's a 5 mana deal 6, a 3 mana 3/3. Cards in this format are pretty beefy, like a lot of power and toughness going around, but the Cultist is fine. It's basically free value if you can mill it at some point, or if it goes to the graveyard with like Gazebo and then just stays there, then you can reanimate it. That's pretty good.
Yep.
If we can get back that Cadaver Lab, it's pretty good with that too. There's a long neck here.
Yeah. I mean, it's a fine card, it's nothing crazy. The life gain's a little strange on it. Like it doesn't really fit any vectors in this format. But I just like the enchantment creature here just to give us more of a Delirium trigger. Yeah,
we're pretty happy trading that off too. Oh, we got a rat back. That's good with the Final Vengeance. And honestly, I've trumped with the rat. Just
no, I agree. I like the rat. Any creature that replaces itself, I'm happy with.
Yeah. I want to point out that we did not see the Saiyans names.
Oh, good point. I wasn't even thinking about that. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty sad. That being said, if we see Altanac, we're still slamming that thing. Such a good reanimator target. Here, I'm going to take the ley line for the gem value.
I don't blame you. Somebody got all those blue ley lines. Not a great pack. Pack 2.
Great pack. Our rare is Hushwood Verge. That's the green-white land. We see an Unnerving Grasp, which is a nice card in blue. We see a Pyroclasm, and I do love Oblivious Bookworm, but I don't think I want to do any splashing. Do we just slam the Crypt Cadaver Lab?
Yeah, it seems fine. I mean, we're not doing enough for... Yeah, I think it's good enough for now. I like the regrowth effect.
Yeah. Yeah, the regrowth effect is good. It pairs pretty well with the Gazebo. The Gazebo would see and trigger it. Works with the Liver Die. We want to pick up a couple more ways. Ideally, more Liver Dies, but if we could find other ways to reanimate straight up, honestly, like, there's not really much in this pack for us.
No, not at all, really.
Oh, there's something in this pack for us.
Yes. There's a couple of good cards in this pack for us, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, I like Manifest Dread. We could probably wheel that, right?
Yeah, I'm hoping. Yeah, I love Manifest Dread. But yeah, we have to take.
Oh yeah, this goofy guy. What is up with this art?
I can't take this card seriously. It feels like an unset card every time I look at it.
It does. Like I don't know. I get what they're going for, I guess, but like eyes are everywhere in this set. There's eyes on the walls and things.
And spiders have 8 eyes. Can't we just do 8 googly eyes? Like, why does it got to be the weird?
True. It's pretty cool with the Swarm Weaver. It makes insects when you crack this thing, and the Swarm Weaver buffs the insects.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, this is just an easy slam here. Oh, interesting options here. We have an innocuous rat. There's a let's play a game, the 4-mana sorcery that's like a Punisher thing.
Yeah.
If you have Delirium, you get to pick all 3 modes. If you don't, you pick one. And the modes are creatures your opponent control get -1/-1. Each opponent discards 2 cards, or you Lightning Helix their face. They lose 3 and you gain 3. There's also a Patchwork Beastie, though. I really like this card in this deck.
I do too. Actually, yeah, it's like another one of my pet cards from this format. Like slamming this turn 1 feels so good.
It really does. It feels like you're so far ahead already. Yeah, and we're already seeing a whole good spread of types here. We have some artifacts, enchantments, lands, instant sorcery creature. We'll get Delirium super easily. This thing itself is also an artifact creature, so.
Yeah.
Ooh, some interesting stuff here. So there's a coordinated clobbering.
This is a card I don't see too often. The uncommons are kind of hard to find sometimes, but this card's so good.
Yeah, I really like it as just a 1-mana removal spell. Pretty good with some of our high power creatures here. There is a Rite of the Moth.
So
and I actually that manner.
I was gonna say I actually like playing this as a 3-color Abzan deck. So yeah, Rite of the Moth I feel like might be worth it, especially if we can pick up a couple more of these Say Its names, just to start getting some big stuff into the graveyard.
Yeah,
like right now we don't
say its name here.
There is, yeah. Right now we only have one really. I guess Swarm Weaver is a great recursion target as well. So we do have some good recursion targets.
I bet we can pick up something big to get back in either white, black, or green. Yeah, I'm kind of in to try that card out. I haven't gotten to try it yet, but I've been meaning to. And we have an easy splash here. Yeah. Plus, we also have the other half. We have the greenhouse. Now here. Standard Pioneer Modern All-Star Leyline Residence. What is this card, like $10? I would just slam this in paper. Might pick up a playset. There's a Wicker Folk Thresher here. Solid card.
Yeah, I like this artifact creature again. You know, and it's pretty solid. It'll help us get some land out.
Yeah, what I like about this card is that sometimes you wind up in these spots in this format where you're kind of both at parity in the mid game. The board is almost empty. You've traded some things off, and then this thing hits. It's big, it brawls, and it draws you cards, which can be a problem for the black-green deck sometimes. Ooh, we get a second chance at a clobbering, but there's also another Wary Watchdog, a Final Vengeance.
Yeah, I'm
Egotist.
I'm between either Final Vengeance here or the Wary Watchdog. I love Wary Watchdog. It's just one of those cards that fills so many spots for this deck. You know, early blocker, early attacker, surveils twice.
I'm kind of in for it. Something about the clobbering that I noticed is that it really is bad when you're behind.
Yeah, because you're tapping down. Like, it really works best with survivors where you're getting that value.
And we don't really have those. I think the Wary Watchdog fills a similar role for our deck, right? Our vector is just hitting the ground early, surveilling, and then reanimating something big later.
Another ley line. Oh my, what is this draft?
I've never seen so many ley lines open. I mean, do we care about Derelict Attic or Widow's Walk?
Not really. Doesn't really fill any spots except being an enchantment to get in the graveyard.
Do we care about Fear of Immobility?
It's a good card.
White, this card is good.
It is good. I say I mean, there's nothing else really that great in this pack. I say we just take it. We might be cutting white, but this is a card that could be played too.
Yeah, the funny part is the flashback of Rite of the Moth is double white. So if we were to self-mill Rite of the Moth, if we saw it with a Watchdog, which we would want to do, we wouldn't actually be able to cast it as easily. No. Ooh, there's a Murder in this pack.
Yeah, so we just slam the Murder.
Yeah, pick 8 Murder, late Pyroclasm, and Grand Entryway Elegant Rotunda. Someone's going to be really happy to see that. Same with the Tunnel and the Aquarium. Yeah, happy to slam Murder here. Kind of nothing here.
Yeah, kind of nothing here. Yeah, I agree.
Just take the Given of Violence. This is best of 3, so
against like you do best of 3. I know, I'm such a Manifest Dread made it back.
Nice.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, slam that. There's any reason to want the machete, right? This doesn't seem.
No, I'm not a huge fan.
Yeah, I'll take the Manifest Dread. Helps get our instant and sorcery count up. Ooh, wow. I mean, we found the open vector for sure.
Seriously, yeah.
Yeah, Fear of Lost Teeth, Rat, and Anthropede. Probably go with the Rat.
I agree. I like Rat here.
Yeah, just Manifesting Dread is. Oh, a free Science thing.
All right.
Wait a minute. Who took the first 2 and didn't get the third one?
They already got 3, so they're like, all right, we're good.
Embarrassing.
God, there's so many green cards coming back now. It's pretty nice.
The Grasping Long Neck. Probably not going to play the Leech. I mean, we have a deck right now. We get a whole nother pack. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, do we get a whole other pack? So we got a Marvin Murderous Mimic. Dude, I opened 2 of these in my RCQ. I was not happy. That's the 2 mana 2/2. It gets all the activated abilities of creatures you control that don't have its same name. What we have, Brood Spinner. Is that it?
That's probably it.
As far as activated abilities,
seems great, man.
I don't think it even works.
I think we slam it.
Right?
Hey, man, it's an artifact
yeah,
creature,
the Marvin.
right?
Okay. So realistically, there is a Branch Snapper. This is a good one, a good top end card that cycles itself into the graveyard. There is another Rite of the Moth.
Yeah, there's another Final Vengeance too. We did pick up a second rat, so.
What do you think? Right? Vengeance?
I feel like Vengeance is a smart pick.
I'm on it.
Yeah.
Be able to wield it.
Oh, Ben's favorite card.
Oh, I haven't gotten to draft this card
I don't
yet,
think we
dude.
can take.
I need to.
All right. I don't think this is a good pick. I've played it and it feels so good to slam and recur.
Okay, so we're talking about Shroud Stomper here. Now, there's another Greenhouse Rickety Gazebo.
Oh, I forgot we have the Greenhouse. So that's actually pretty good that we picked that up early game. And
we
honestly,
have the Neglected Manor.
Yeah, we're probably never going to be hard casting this, right? This is a card that we're going to recur.
Here's the thing, the green-black deck can trade off really efficiently early because of the Watchdogs and the Rats, and now the Vengeances. I do think you were right on that last pick. My heart wanted to go with the other one, but with the Rite of the Moth. But I see Vengeance as a good pick here.
Yeah.
We can just put the Shroud Stomper in the graveyard using the Watchdogs.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we're never gonna hard cast this. This is only a recursion target. Like, it's almost interesting when you play this recursion deck where you can mill so much, you could just slam like totally off-color vector cards to try to recur.
Yeah. I think the thing we want to see most here is Valgavoth still, but this is a pretty solid reanimation target. And we have the Neglected Manor that will play. If we could pick up the Terramorphic Expanse from our pack 1 pick, or pack 3 pick 1, or there was a black-green land last pack to improve, no one else is going to want that really, right?
Do you want this Leyline of the Void? Our 8th Leyline from this draft so far?
Here's the funny thing. This actually really hoses the mirror.
It does.
Out of all the Leylines, this one I think is the most likely to get sided in. But
yeah. I keep forgetting we're doing best of 3, dude. How funny would it be to slam a Leyline of the Void in game 2?
I mean, I slammed Ghost Vacuum against their Valgavoth Reanimator deck. And it just demolished them. By the way, I took a Defiant Survivor there.
That's a smart pick. Hey, speaking of Ghost Vacuum.
It's a Ghost Vacuum. Oh, there's also a Miasma Demon, though.
Do you like Miasma Demon? I don't know how I feel about this card.
Good. Yeah. Have you been in the situation where you tap out for it and you have like 1 or no cards in hand?
No, I've never even drafted it yet. I've never even seen it played, to be honest.
Oh, well, I am going to take Ghost Vacuum out of this pack because I think it is actually just that good. And seeing us pick 4 is really surprising. This is a free gift. Don't want to look that in the mouth. This Miasma Demon, I don't know if this is a horse, but I'll look this thing in the mouth because this thing, a lot of the value that you get from it is from this discarding cards mode. And it's easiest to enable that if you're reanimating it and you have extra cards in hand to pitch. If you're tapping out for it for the last card in hand, it's not as good to be picking that up.
You kind of already have to be ahead to get the value out of this. It feels like.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to be burning your whole hand to like get rid of, a 1 card. Is it target only one thing, or is it a...
It can target multiple things.
It can, okay.
It can't double trigger on the same target, though.
Gotcha, okay.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, it mows down small creatures, and it is a flyer. But we have some pretty solid reanimator targets already. The Mutilator and the Shroud Stomper. And we want to pick up like 1 more. I'm going to take a Winter's Intervention here, shore up the early game removal suite. We still kind of want another fatty. I'm glad we saw the Shroud Stomper. But the Defiled Crypt?
Maybe, yeah. I like the found footage a lot. I don't know how you feel about found footage.
Ooh.
This is one of the cards I've been kind of on. Not really so much for that first ability, but to get an artifact in pretty early, it lets you surveil 2 and draw a card.
I do like it, but I'm not sure we're going to need it with these Watchdogs.
Oh, that's true.
Rats,
with 3. Right? Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we'd rather be trading off creatures. I do like found footage. I have played it as like an extra reanimator thing, but wow, pick 7. We only have 1 more pick to find a fatty.
There is a dual land in this set, in this pack. I think that we should probably take if we're gonna stick into white here.
Good call. Good call. I think it's that over the second Winter's Intervention.
Yeah, I agree. Because I want to see you be able to play your Shroud Stomper, Ben. That's all I want to see from this.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Do we want an Amalgam here?
I think Amalgam's fine. Yeah, I like Amalgam.
Yeah, I don't love Bashful Beastie. Just
I do. It's so close to vanilla that I love it. You know, I love these types of cards.
True. The issue is what happens if it gets hit by Toyify.
Yeah, or we're exiled with a Vengeance. You know.
Oh yeah, that feels pretty bad.
Oh, wow.
Off wheeled.
Wow.
Oh, we have to take it, right?
Oh, definitely. It's here, right?
slamming the other reanimator effect. And now
another
if we
greenhouse and another land.
The cemetery. I feel like we have excessive stuff. We might be cutting the greenhouse already. We just have the 2 defiled crypts.
Yeah, I say we take the land here.
Yeah, we have really good mana now.
We do.
And we get back. I don't think we want any of these.
These are all black-green cards coming around too, which is pretty good for us. I mean, it's
over
now.
Rat. I mean, I feel really good about our seat in this draft. I think we handle this pretty well. Like, we stuck to our lane. We cut good cards from it. And I think we have a pretty banger Abzan Reanimator deck here.
No, I'm excited for this.
We actually have a lot of cuts to make.
Yeah, what are we at right now? We have 34. Yeah, oof.
Yeah, all right. So we have 18 creatures and 14 non-creatures. Let's start separating out our curve a little bit here.
Yeah.
I'd like Ghost Vacuum main deck. You just randomly hose a Reanimator deck sometimes. Like I said, I played against a black-green Reanimator mirror match where they had Valgavoth and I think my best target was an Altenac. Game 1, they actually did manage to reanimate Valgavoth, and you can't beat that.
Yeah.
But Game 2, I managed to creep my way back in. They didn't see the Valgavoth. Game 3, I played turn 1 Ghost Vacuum. I pass. They look at their hand. They play their second land. They tank for like a minute, and then they concede.
They're like, all right, I can't do anything about this.
And they might have had a mill the Valgavoth reanimate type hand, but then just Ghost Vacuum is so good. I mean,
ruins it.
Yeah. So we've got double defiled Crypt Cadaver Lab. That's pretty interesting. Let's lay out our creature curve a little bit here too. So the Say Its Name is looking pretty solid. Manifest Dread, that's basically a creature.
Yeah.
Murder, put that over with the spells. We have some solid 3-drops.
This seems pretty good. I'm liking this deck right now.
Yeah, I love this deck. This looks awesome. We have double regrowth effect too, so we're happy to trade off the Swarmweaver and then just recur it. And then the greenhouse. I don't know about this greenhouse, dude.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the fact that we're playing 3-color makes me lean into it a little more, and it does mill and recur 2 permanents, which is kind of nice, but...
Yeah, but so do the Wary Watchdogs, and so do the Cadaver Labs, Defiled Crypts. I think the greenhouse is the first of those weird cards to cut. We need to make 8 cuts. Oh my god.
Live or Die here, though, isn't a creature if you want to sort of...
Oh, yeah, let's toss that over. So we have 4. So we have 2 regrowth effects with the Cadaver Lab.
Okay.
And we have 3 straight reanimate effects with Live or Die, Rite of the Moth. And then the backside of Rite of the Moth, too. We have so much good reanimate.
So much, yeah. I wish we had...
This looks great.
We didn't get any Say Its Names, did we? I wish we had some ways to fill the graveyard a little better.
See, I think just trading off the Watchdogs early game and the Patchwork Beastie and the Innocuous Rat, we have to be really happy to trade these. But then our Vector is asking us to do that, right?
Yeah. This seems really solid. God, what do we cut, though?
I actually think we can cut the Say Its Name. Like, a lot of the equity is lost if we're not trying to do the Altenac thing.
Yeah, I'm fine with me. That's fine with me.
What do we think about the Amalgam, the Long Necks?
See, the only thing I like about these is the fact that they're enchantments. Like, how focused on Delirium are we at this point? Are we just focusing more on the recursion factor? Do we really want to get Delirium on that fast?
I mean, the Long Neck's not even the worst thing to recur. This thing is a brick wall against a lot of the blue-white flyers. They can't get through this. I think I'd cut the Amalgam over either of the Long Necks.
Okay, it's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, the Flash doesn't do too much for us. It's not like we're trying to hold up a counter spell, or we have the Murder to hold up, but that's a little bit of value lost. I like the Beastie. We're not cutting him.
Oh, definitely not. I love Beastie, dude. I mean, 3 rats. Do we need 3 rats?
I'm actually kind of looking at the Manifest Dread with a little bit of suspicion. What's our sorcery count?
Well, 5? That's true because I mean, the rat is just a strictly better Manifest Dread, right?
Yeah, and the Watchdog, it kind of is too, right? I'd rather trade this off than the Manifest Dread. Yeah, 7 2-drops. We could probably cut a rat, right?
That's what I'm thinking too. Yeah,
something like that. That puts us to 16 creatures.
I don't want to go too low on creatures because creatures are kind of the cornerstone of this deck.
Yeah, I agree. Recurring the Fear is nasty.
It's so gross. Yeah.
Yeah, getting it under the Ghost Vacuum or something too. Just like the more times you can put Fear of Immobility onto the battlefield, the worse your opponent's life gets.
Yeah, yeah.
It's an enchantment creature too. I like the Wickerfolk Thresher, the Swarmweaver in the 4-drop slot, and the Mutilator and Shroud Stomper as our big fatties to reanimate. Seems good. We need 4 cuts. Let's take a look at our non-creature spells. Actually, we can look at our mana real quick. I think Arena's done a pretty good job for us, though.
Yeah.
8 black sources, 7 green. We can go up a green source, I think. Like down a white. I think or we don't have too many ways to find. Maybe like, I like 8-8. What do you think about 8-8-4?
I was going to say, I don't think we need too many planes because all our planes are big. Like anything we need a double planes for is going to be pretty large. Like Shroud Stopper and the other side of the right.
The back side of the right. Yeah. And we have a lot of card selection with the surveilling from the Wary Watchdogs and that sort of thing.
So we'll see we'll see top of deck a lot. So
yeah, I guess that's the one benefit of the greenhouse is that it can return permanents like milled lands, but I don't really care to, like, if we never get to cast the back half of Rite of the Moth, the front half is still doing a lot of work for us.
Yeah.
What do you think about double defiled crypts? I mean, with this many ways to reanimate, you can kind of pop off with that, right?
You could, yeah. Yeah, I mean, Right puts finality counters on, so we just got to be careful about that.
True. 4 cuts. This is tough.
I know, it's tough. I hate these. I'd rather just have like bad cards, like not have.
I'd rather the draft have gone worse and we not have such a hard time. So Final Vengeance, double of these with 2 rats, 3 watchdogs is pretty nice.
I'd rather keep the Final Vengeance over a murder, to be honest. The flexibility of it.
Interesting. And the exile is huge.
That's what I'm saying. Exile feels really good in this format.
What do we think about the Defiant Survivor? This thing just has a lot of upside. I think we could actually maybe go 1 creature less to 15 creatures.
I'd rather lose the Cultist over the Survivor here.
Yeah, the Cultist, I feel like we have better things to do with our mana. We have the backside of Rite of the Moth. We have the activated ability of Brood Spinner and some of these other things in here. So and the Defiled Crypts, I actually think I like keeping both of these. This gives us something good to do with our mana too.
Yep.
Gives us ways to, like recurring the Brood Spinner or the Swarm Weaver. That's just nasty.
This is tough, dude. We still have 3 cuts to make.
Do we start the Ghost Vacuum in the sideboard?
I think that's probably the smart move because main board, I don't know.
There are some dead matchups. Like if you play against Red White, it doesn't do that much.
No.
It's just kind of like a dead card. I'm okay with starting it in the sideboard, although I could totally see mainboarding it be correct. But this is best of 3. I'm okay with sideboarding it in. I think if this is best of 1, maybe you're supposed to main deck it. But the Liver Die is obviously awesome. Drag to the Roots is awesome. Are we supposed to cut a Vengeance?
I don't want to cut a Vengeance, but maybe.
I could see some corner cases where this isn't that good, but like it's
just dead if you don't have a creature on, right? Like it could be a dead card hand, like murder.
Yeah, that's true. I like cutting 1 because like we're incentivized to trade off. Our vector is telling us to trade off the Watchdogs anyway, so we might not have 1 left around to sack to the Vengeance.
Yeah,
and like you could imagine if our board is like Fear, Long Neck, Shroud Stomper, and we have Vengeance in hand, we're like, do we want to cast that even?
Do we have too much recursion, Ben? How much recursion is too much?
Sorry, I think you just cut out there.
Like, how much recursion is too much recursion in limited? Like, we have how many? Like, I guess we only have 3, right? Like, true.
The
River Die, and 2 rights. Only 3, like, true. Like,
we can cut a crypt.
That's what I'm thinking, too. I think we can cut a crypt.
Yeah, I mean, that smooths the deck out. I could see an opening hand with double crypt being a little awkward. Like if we're not trading off with our opponent immediately. Like if we have like, imagine like crypt, beastie, murder. Like you would keep that hand every time, but the beastie has to turn on first. And like you're not trading it off right away. So then you're not getting value from the crypts. And then it's like you're spending mana to do nothing.
Feels bad,
yeah. 5. Yeah, I think maybe 1 crypt is smart. Wow.
Cool.
Is this the deck?
This seems like a deck, yeah. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
So, for our dear listener, feel free to check out the video of this draft too. We will be putting the games up on YouTube. Actually, as of the release of this episode, the games are up on YouTube. And look, if this isn't 3-0, I don't know what will. But both Tyler and I will be piloting the games after. Well, I'm gonna take I want to go get some dinner. But
I was gonna say we're gonna take a dinner break.
Yeah, no, this deck looks sick. I mean, it's Black Green Delirium Reanimator, splashing white for Shroud Stop. Yeah. I'm so excited to play this.
I hope you get this out, dude. This is my only goal for this draft is for you to get the Shroud Stopper out.
Yeah, or like the back side of Rite of the Moth. I just love these sorts of cards.
Like imagine putting a Shroud Stomper turn 4. Like that's the earliest we can get this out, right?
Oh my god, we can turn 4 Shroud Stomper. That's so disgusting. Like, how do you beat that?
You don't. Hopefully.
Yeah. Now, Roses and Thorns, Teferi and Tybalt this week. Tyler, why don't you start us off? How's your week going? What's up? What's new? What's exciting?
It's pretty good, actually. So, yeah, so I obviously wasn't here last week, so I have 2 weeks worth of the stuff to go over real quick. So we had a baby shower, which was really nice. We're really grateful for friends and family who came out. We actually got a nice amount of stuff, so I was able to basically finish the nursery over the last week. Yeah, it looks really nice. We did like a nice sage green.
Send me a picture,
yeah, sage green as every kid our age I think does. I think we just like green, right? Yeah, I was gonna say my wall is.
Imagine your wall right now.
I think green is the late Gen Z like color palette. But yeah, it's good. I have the little picture you gave us. Ben gave me and Jess a little picture of birds, as I'm a big birder. Made a sea glass, which is super cute. It's actually on her little bookshelf we put. So thank you for that.
Of course.
But it's going good. Yeah, we're 4 weeks out from that, and that's basically all my roses going to be from now on. I think up till the baby comes. Then it might turn into a Tybalt at that point, but we'll see what happens.
It's all going to be a rose. All going to be
all rose.
This, yeah. I'm sure there's zero downsides to having a child.
Oh, zero, right? I can't think of any financial. No.
No.
Tybalt this week is kind of weird. I'm a big birder, as I just touched on. Me and Jess heard an owl call from our backyard, an eastern screech owl to be specific. Went outside with my headlamp. I could not find it. I could hear it. It is so frustrating to hear something and not see it. I only consider birds found if I can see it. So
you're hardcore.
I'm hardcore. I'm not counting that unless I see it. That's really it. Nothing too crazy. How about you?
Well, at first I thought you were going to say for owl in the backyard that you saw it like murder another bird or something.
See, that would be a rose because that's pretty cool, dude. Circle of life, but not be able to see a bird as a birder. I can't add it to my life list.
That's fair. I mean, hopefully it sticks around, right?
Yeah, we'll see.
My Teferi this week was that there's an arena open this weekend, and I've been having a lot of fun, doing pretty well in the format. I'm really stoked for this arena open. Hopefully I can make up for it. I haven't cashed one of these in a while. It's been a bit. I think I've fully lost all credibility. I mean, let's be honest. You weren't a host of the show when I last cashed, so it's been a bit.
Your rank reset, like you got the rank. Yeah, okay.
I need to earn back this limited cred, I think. Getting excited for CubeCon. It's this month, so that's pretty sick. The Draft Chaff Cube and I will be flying to CubeCon, and I'm in a group chat with all the other cube designers. Gavin Verhey's in the chat. I mean, that's kind of weird. Cool.
Hey, Gavin, you want to come on the pod?
Yeah, we gotta look. I'm gonna do some schmoozing at CubeCon. That's for sure. Do a little bit of networking, as they
bring
say.
Some stickers, Ben.
Oh, dude, they're already packed. They're already in the cube box. So psyched for that. Some people are gonna get to draft the Draft Chaff Cube, which, by the way, listener, you can draft the Draft Chaff Cube anytime you want on Cube Cobra. We have a page on there. Or you can just buy it. It's $100 for the whole cube, and then you can play a good limited set forever.
No, like, that's chaff.
Well, chaff in the best possible sense. We've had a bunch of people actually reach out. Some people have hopped in Discord or messaged me saying like, "Hey, we've got the Draft Chaff Cube. Like, we're having fun with it," and that's honestly that makes all the hours of designing worth it. Tybalt this week, school has been nonsensical. I told you before the pre-show, not even the patrons got to hear that one. It was stuff that I couldn't say on air.
We're not bringing up real names here. Yeah, I got to change everybody's names and likenesses.
I wonder if I can bleep things out. I probably can. Man, I'll be honest. I'm just fed up with.
I was like, did my audio cut out? And then I realized the bit. And I was like, oh, I feel like an idiot.
So anyway, that's been whatever. With that, listener, thank you for joining us on this live draft. Be sure to check out the games on YouTube. I'm honestly stoked to know how they're going to go. Be surprised if they don't go well, or at least they'll be fun. At the very least, they'll be fun. Can promise that. Be sure to hop in the Discord if you have not already. And patrons, thank you as always. If you're interested in supporting us on Patreon, go check it out at patreon.com/draftchaffpod. Thanks for listening and happy drafting. Did you see the note that I left for the sign off today?
No, I don't read anything, Ben.
Come on, dude.
I think I'm participating. Okay. So, I forgot we talked about this.
Did we?
Yeah, we talked about the Black Lodge.
Oh! I wasn't even going to talk about this.
You said
hold on, something else. So the thing above it, the Black Lodge is later.
You said notes, and I looked at the word that said notes.
No, that you're totally fair. But the thing above it, I was like, how do you know what I'm talking about? I didn't tell you about this yet. This is a surprise because I'm curious. now you obviously have a child on the way.
Yes.
You and I both have a lot of similar media fan overlap. Whether it be like Adventure Time or the ilk of those.
Yes.
What's your plan for your daughter? Are you going to show her this stuff, or do you plan on trying to force her into certain fandoms, or like slowly indoctrinate her into liking Adventure Time or /magic / other good media, or what's your plan?
I think every parent indoctrinates their kid, right? Like in some way or another, like you're just going to be exposed to what you like, right? Like she's going to like, maybe not like, but she's going to know magic. And this is something me and my wife talk about. Like your significant other, and I guess in turn your kid eventually just learns the things you learn. Like my wife just knows birds because I know birds. Like just osmosis by like proxy. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think my kid's gonna end up liking Adventure Time. Everything. I got like Legos on the wall. She's probably gonna like Legos. You know, I think that's just how it happens. And then she'll hit like 14 and like hate everything that I love.
I will say, as someone who works with 14 to 15-year-olds pretty regularly, they're not all bad.
Okay.
Some are actually very sweet and have great relationships with their parents. And, there's definitely an element of that teen angst that comes through. But I think with some of the past generations who just didn't address like social, emotional, anything at all during the upbringing of their children, or worse, were like borderline abusive in ways. I actually think we're on a good streak as far as the kids are these days, and I think we're still going up as far as like how they turn out around that age.
Our generation's much more emotionally mature than prior, so I agree. Yeah, we'll see. But no, I think everything I like, she'll end up at least learning. I can't wait to teach her magic. I just don't want her getting involved with the magic community because there's some weirdos out there in this community. Look at the rules committee, right? I mean,
yeah, I mean, God. I can't believe just death threats. Come on, like
over a card game.
Not you, listener. You're not one of the weirdos, and not us either. We're the cool ones.
We're the cool ones.
That's what I tell people.
You gotta ease people into letting them know you play magic. You can't just open with that.
Yeah, I play this game.
How soon after you started dating your girlfriend did you break the news to her that you both A, play magic, and then B, host a podcast around magic?
Dude, not gonna lie, months.
Gotta ease it in. Like, hey, have you heard of this game called Magic the Gathering?
Yeah. When she said no, I don't know whether I was relieved or not.
I gotta break it to you.
Yeah. It's something.